So we got our first Sheduer Sanders sighting yesterday when he entered the game in the third quarter after Dillon Gabriel suffered a concussion, and his debut did not go as planned. Sheduer was sacked twice, completed just 4 of 16 passes, and threw an interception as the Ravens scored 13 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to secure the 23-16 victory. After the game, Kevin Stefanski confirmed that Sheduer has not had any reps with the first team before taking the field on Sunday. And so now who are we blaming? Is it Sheduer Sanders not looking prepared, or perhaps maybe the Browns not having him well enough prepared?
I'm definitely blaming Kevin Stefanski and his offensive coordinator. What the hell is going on? You know what? Listen, you're the QB too. Shouldn't you have reps? Correct me if I'm wrong. Listen.
Okay, so these guys got to be called out. Okay, because you know what? I'm gonna start calling these guys prime time disciples. Stephen A. has a relationship with Deion Sanders, and he doesn't want to criticize his son because of that relationship that he has with Deion Sanders. There was a perfect example of it I think earlier this year, where Stephen A. was talking about criticism that people were saying about his son before the draft. And Deion kind of like tried to check him on it, and he was like, "No, I'm not saying it. People were saying it." Like these guys, like Stephen A. I hate to say it, Shannon Sharp, and all these other analysts. I call them primetime disciples because they don't want to criticize Sheduer Sanders. He didn't play well, and that's it. He didn't play well, and even I've heard through different podcasts, different shows, that the backups don't really get that much reps. So why you guys are criticizing the coach for not giving Sheduer Sanders reps with the first team? I don't even think this is an issue. He didn't play well. So, I mean, Stephen A. just needs to criticize the man. Like, separate your relationship with Deion and criticize his son like any other player. You got, like, it's a whole bunch of other players in the league that are analysts that won't criticize the man's son. And that's why I call them primetime disciples. They're loyal to Deion Sanders. They don't want to criticize his son. Let's continue.
We watched a lot of quarterback play over the years. We've seen people inept. We understand limited skill level and stuff like that. What's rare to see is a quarterback that looked grossly ill prepared to be on the football field. I'm talking about schematically. Really, you complete the first couple of passes, and then after that, you can't find anybody. It made no sense to me. I found it to be very, very suspicious. That's not to big up Sheduer Sanders by any way. All right, he's got a lot to prove, but also what alarmed me is that you're Kevin Stefanski, and you know that Dillon Gabriel is in concussion protocol, and you automatically declare him as the starter next week. Why would you do that? You know, he said he'd be there next week. He's our guy. That's what he said after the game. Why? You don't know if he's going to be available. You don't know. So why would you say that? It just seemed very eerily suspicious to me. I didn't like what I saw.
Yeah, let me talk about some of the reps that I've seen just constantly get talked about really since this is going on, and Cam can speak to it as well. I was a backup for 99% of my career. I would go weeks upon months without getting reps with the starters. I would just take
QB2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, maybe a little bit more as I got older and I was into 10, 12 years, even less reps. When I was younger, and this is a little bit unique situation because Dillon is the starter. He's also a rookie, so I'm sure the Browns are trying to get him as much reps as possible. Do I find it odd that Sheduer hasn't had a single snap with the starters?
Not one?
Yes. I think Wyatt Teller had said coming out of halftime, it was the first time that the starting offensive line had heard Sheduer's cadence. I think that's odd, yes. But the fact that he hasn't, this reps thing has become this massive conversation. It's more common than not for the backup to not get any reps with the starting group than it is for them to get 4 or 5 reps at practice. And so,
okay, so now this guy right here, he's treading lightly because he know Stephen A. and Cam Newton are primetime disciples, and he tell you straight out like the backup don't get any reps with the starters, rarely. And he's been a backup all his life. Well, not all his life. He's been a backup his entire 15-year career in the NFL. And he said 99% of the time that backups do not get reps with the first team. Like, what's hard? What's hard? Why is that hard to understand? Why does the head coach need to be criticized for not giving Sheduer Sanders rep with the first team? You know why? These guys are primetime disciples, man. They don't want to criticize Sheduer. They want to put all the blame on the coach. No, Sheduer should have been preparing himself for this opportunity. And I know, and he should have known this opportunity when it came up because he has his father. His father is experienced. I'm pretty sure his father told him, "Yo, just continue to prepare yourself because the opportunity is gonna bring itself, and once the opportunity comes, you gotta shine." You know, so yeah, big ups to this guy. I forgot his name, but he kept it 100.
I don't think that's like this outrageous thing. Sheduer's going to have to play better. He saw things he's never seen before. He felt speed he's never felt before. Credit Baltimore's defense. But I don't think the reps thing is a lot of what the conversation has been made out to be.
Cam.
All right. I'll put it this way. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I do not think Kevin Stefanski wants Sheduer Sanders to succeed in Cleveland. The reason being is, don't tell me what he said, don't tell me what he's saying. I'm going off of actions. All right, let's go off actions. The actions is, if I'm Sheduer or if I'm a Sheduer Sanders fan, I would not want him to take the field because that's going to consistently be the display we're going to see. It doesn't matter if it's Deshaun Watson. It doesn't matter if it's Sheduer Sanders. It doesn't matter if it's Dylan Gabriel. It doesn't matter if it's Dan Orlovsky. It doesn't matter if it's Cam Newton. You need help in Cleveland when you have a quarterback that's still making $46 million on your roster and he's not healthy. That impacts the talent that's around him. They are not a good team. Right. But this is the thing that really irks me the most, is because he doesn't get any reps. Circa 2015, circa when Cam Newton was the MVP, circa when, hey, my backup for majority of my career was probably the biggest blessing of my career to have a veteran in Derek Anderson. Ron Rivera still knew we're one play away, kid, from you not being available.
Another primetime disciple, Cam Newton. What Cam don't understand is Cam's situation was different. Cam was a running quarterback. Cam used to run a whole lot for Carolina Panthers. So yes, you are one play away from you not being available. So yes, your backup had to take more reps. This is not the same situation, Cam. This is not to say you were a running quarterback. So any game, all it takes is one hit, and then boom, they're gonna have to bring it back up. So your situation is different. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a quarterback that's not a running quarterback. He's more of a pocket quarterback. And you can't compare it to your situation. Cam would run and pass, run a whole lot, run in the goal line situations. So I can understand why Ron Rivera said you're one play away. But this is a different situation. Like the quarterback said previous before Cam. He played 15 seasons, and he rarely got reps with the first team. So Cam got cut it out, man. He another primetime disciple. Criticize the guy. If he doesn't play well, he didn't play well. You got to prepare yourself. Even if you are a backup, you have to prepare yourself.
We would have anywhere from 6 to 12 reps in every single practice that allowed Derek to still have an ability to say, hey, if it goes, how it goes. Now, granted, some will say, well, Cam, you played the position any different. Well, what is that to say about Brock Purdy? Well, what is that to say about any other quarterback that's here? You plan for the what ifs in this league. You don't know if you're going to have your quarterback. What about Joe Burrow? So for him to not have any reps, for him to have this to be his first time that he's taking first team reps where individuals don't even know your snap count or your cadence, that is like, yo, bro, what are we doing here?
Come on, man. Cam know what's going on, man. Like, cut it out. The guy is a backup quarterback. It's common for them not to give him reps. They just want to put all the blame on the coach and not on Sheduer Sanders. He didn't play well. He needs to prepare himself. He needs to find a way to prepare himself. It can't be always on the coach. Oh, the coach don't want him to succeed. Oh, this, oh that. You guys are making they're trying to find all type of scapegoats, like all type of excuses on why Sheduer is not successful. Like I said, another prime time disciple. These guys don't want to criticize none. They don't want to criticize Sheduer Sanders because he's the son of Deion Sanders. So, and these guys have a relationship with Deion. Deion played in the NFL and was a sports analyst also. So these guys ain't gonna keep it 1,000 like this guy here. Yeah, man. I think this is enough. This guy can't take it no more. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button and I'll see you on the next one. Yay, yay.